Get ready to kickstart your journey to wellness with the ultimate guide in town. Welcome to Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone. Join us as we journey through the realms of natural healing, where ancient wisdom meets modern science. Prepare to be inspired by stories of transformation and triumph. With Doc Stone as your guide, discover the power of holistic living and the joy of reclaiming your health. Prepare for a whirlwind adventure through the world of holistic wellness. From fitness freaks to spiritual gurus, we've got something for everyone. So grab your sneakers, your yoga mat, or just your sense of curiosity, and let's dive headfirst into a world of wellness wonders. Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone. Your path to a vibrant life starts now. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's show. Welcome to Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone. I am Doc Stone, your holistic health coach, educator about all things natural, functional, integrative, alternative, holistic, health and wellness wise. And I am so excited that you've decided to join us on today's show. We got a great topic today, one that's kind of really personal as of this week. And so I'm excited to share with you today. But first of all, if you are on any one of the major streaming platforms or podcasting platforms, I would really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, comment any questions or anything like that in there. It helps us to reach more people and helps our show to move up in the algorithm. So certainly would appreciate you doing that. And it allows you to make sure that you get notified every time there's a new episode. We do air on the AeroStream TV network every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And the following day, the show is then available video on demand or on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch, and many other platforms, as well as your major podcasting platforms, including now iHeartRadio, as well as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So please make sure that whichever platform is your favorite, that you do go and follow us, and be sure to share as well, so that we can get this message of Wellness Unleashed with natural and holistic methods out to the masses. So today, on today's show, we are going to talk about, as I mentioned, something that became pretty personal for me this week. My grandmother, Eileen Gregory, was diagnosed this past week with squamous cell carcinoma, which is a type of skin cancer. So I thought, in honor of my grandma, I am going to share today about that topic, about skin cancer in general, but specifically about squamous cell carcinoma, SCC, so that we can help people to learn how to prevent it, but also maybe some options in helping to treat it and to overcome it should they have it, and also maybe give you some hope if you do receive that diagnosis. So, Grandma, this show is for you today, and I know you're doing well and praying for you. So let's jump right into today's topic. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about natural approaches to squamous cell carcinoma. Be sure that if you want to follow me, you can follow me on all of the major social media platforms at Doc Stone's Natural Medicine, at Doc Stone's Natural Medicine. So we are super excited to be jumping into this topic so that we can help people to hopefully prevent this very, very actually common and increasingly common type of skin cancer. So first of all, let's talk about skin cancer in general. There's a few different types of skin cancer. There's melanoma types, and then melanoma, you've probably heard that term before. It occurs actually in the melanocytes, which are the cells in your skin that provide the melanin or the pigment to your skin. And these are actually the least common, but oftentimes the most fatal of the skin cancers. Then you have your non-melanoma skin cancers. And these skin cancers are, first of all, your basal cell carcinoma, which is the most common type of skin cancer. The basal cell carcinoma is cancer in, of course, the basal cells. And the basal cells are a little bit deeper under your first couple layers of skin. If you do get a basal cell carcinoma, it's usually not going to spread to other places in your body, but this is the most common type of skin cancer. The second most common type of skin cancer is the one that we're going to talk about the most today, is the squamous cell carcinoma. Now, squamous cell carcinoma, again, is in the squamous cells of the skin, and we'll talk a little bit about where those are, but mostly those are on the outer layer of your skin. So your basal cells are deeper in your layers of skins, and then as these are created, they move up and will eventually become squamous cell cells in your skin. And your squamous cells are the ones that you're actually replenishing, replacing on the outside of your body all of the time. So when we're talking about squamous cell carcinoma, or SCC, we are talking about cancer of these outer skin layers. And like I mentioned, it is the second most common of the skin cancers. Now, a little bit of a difference between the squamous cell and the basal cell carcinomas is that while the basal cell carcinoma usually won't spread to other parts of the body, the squamous cell carcinoma does have a tendency, if it's not caught early enough, to spread to the lymph nodes, so to other parts of your body. And so it's really important that we're aware of the changes to our skin or any kind of things. And we'll talk about the signs and the symptoms possibly of this disease, this type of cancer, so that you are aware of what it actually can be. Now, keep in mind that as we talk about the different things, the different treatments and the signs and symptoms, that as always, we don't diagnose or treat any kind of disease, including cancer, on this television show. Nothing that I share today is meant to replace your licensed medical care provider. And please make sure that if you do have any concerns, that you do reach out to your medical provider, including a dermatologist, if you have any kind of skin issues, because we do want to make sure that you do get the appropriate treatment. We're just here to kind of educate, to talk about the topic in general, and to let you know what to be on the lookout for. So none of the things that we are going to talk about today are designed to replace your conventional medical treatment. We're just going to talk about ways that you might be able to support yourself or to prevent this disease. So please keep that in mind, as it is really, really important. And we don't want you to, for some reason, not get the treatment that you really need to have. So, just make sure that you do follow your doctor's advice or anything like that. So let's flesh out, pun intended, squamous cell carcinoma. Let's talk about it. So by the numbers, it's the second most common skin cancer. There's an estimated 1.8 million people diagnosed in the U.S. annually with SCC. And so just SCC, of all the skin cancers, 1.8 million diagnosed in the U.S. annually. About 90% of the non-melanoma skin cancers are associated with UV exposure. So squamous cell carcinoma is associated very, very heavily with exposure to UV rays, in other words, being out in the sun too much, or tanning bed exposure. An estimated $8 million plus are spent annually to treat SCC. So not only does it take a toll on our health, and it can be fatal at times, obviously, but it does cost Americans a lot of money every year. And it is highly preventable. There are ways to prevent this disease and steps we can take to try to limit or avoid the possibility of us getting this type of cancer. Good news is it does have a 95% 5-year survival rate when it's caught early. So that's why it's really important that we do shows like this, so we can know what to look for, because a lot of times people don't know exactly what to look for and these things can go unnoticed for some time. So some things that might seem pretty benign or innocuous, just a mole or a little bit of a red spot, or like in my grandmother's case, like a wart. These things could actually be a squamous cell carcinoma. And so if you do have any long-term type of blemish to your skin or sore or anything like this, then we want to make sure that we are getting this checked out by your physician, or ideally by a dermatologist who specializes in these conditions of the skin. So do make sure that if you do have a long-term issue or whatnot, that you are getting yourself examined regularly. And, on top of seeing your physician regularly, it's important that you are doing, just as we're taught to do self-breast exams and self-testicular exams, it's important that we do self-skin exams as well, that we're looking for any types of abnormalities or changes. But this is a very, very frequent disease. It's a very frequent diagnosis, and so it's important for us to be aware of it and how to keep an eye out for it. So let's talk about some of the causes and the risk factors. So first of all, understand that cancer in general, whether it's a skin cancer or any type of cancer, is actually caused by a proliferation of cell reproduction. So that's actually how a tumor comes about, right? So inside of our cells, our DNA, our genetics there, we continuously are replacing cells. Cells are being reproduced. And we normally have these cells that are able to control the rate of reproduction. And any mutated cells, we have actually cells to go out and find them, hunt them down, and gobble them up and get rid of them. And so in reality, when it comes to like cancer cells, broken cells, mutated ones, we all really oftentimes have some types of these cells floating around in our bodies, but our bodies are naturally designed to hunt these out and to destroy them, to take them apart and to remove them, or to recycle them to be used, as new cells in our body. The problem comes when something mutates our genetics, mutates the DNA, and all of a sudden the signals and stuff that tell to go out and find these mutated cells, or to the rate at which to reproduce cells, it gets knocked out of wonk, and all of a sudden we have all this prolific cell generation. These mutated cells are not being destroyed, and then we end up with a tumor. So we get all these cells come together. The body goes, wait a second, there's too much here, and tries to put them all together to protect your body, and therefore we end up with this tumor, and a cancer is evolved. So what are the causes and risks of the SCC, or the squamous cell carcinoma? UV rays from sun and tanning beds, as we talked about. What they do is those UV rays, when you have excessive exposure in combination with some other things, can mutate your DNA and then allow cancer to grow in these squamous cells. If some of the risk factors if you have a history of sunburns, if you have fair skin, like many in my family have, if you have fair skin, then you are more likely to get skin cancer than, say, a darker pigmented skin person. And though people with dark skin of other ethnicities, they are able to get skin cancers, including squamous cell carcinoma, but it's less frequent as it is with the fair skin. Fair skin, blue eyes, red hair, freckles, these types of people with these complexions are much more likely to get skin cancer than somebody else, or of other ethnicities. So that is definitely a risk factor if you are fair skinned. If you have a weakened immune system. Now, I think that this is an underlooked area, because oftentimes if our immune system is weakened, that allows these mutations to happen to our DNA, which then allow the cancer to grow. So if we work to keep our immune system strong, and if we do the things that we need to in order to maintain a robust autoimmune system, then therefore we would have less of a risk of not only cancer, but of other diseases as well. Location of your residence. So it's statistically, if you live at a higher altitude, you're more likely to get SCC or any other kind of skin cancer, because again, you're more likely to be exposed to more UV rays, which is why age is a factor. If you're over 50, you have a much more higher likelihood of being diagnosed with skin cancer. If you are a male, you have a higher risk of being diagnosed with skin cancer. And if you have had previous radiation treatment or the human papillomavirus, the HPV, or if you have a precancerous skin condition such as actinic keratosis, which is kind of a rough scaly patch on the skin, which is caused by sun damage. A lot of times you'll find it on the back of your hands or the back of your arms, areas that are oftentimes exposed more frequently to the sun, and then toxic chemical exposure. Now, this one's kind of important. A lot of people don't think about this one, but it is important. Chemical exposures such as arsenic, or even your basic household cleaning chemicals, being exposed to things like chlorine, bleach, and to ammonia, and those kinds of things. Those all can weaken your immune system, can build up what's called a toxic buildup inside your body, and therefore make your body less able to heal itself. And so one of the things that I always recommend with people that I do in my household is we don't use your standard store brand chemical cleaners that are just loaded with toxins that are poisonous. I mean, even though you can buy them at your local store, they are still poisonous. They can disrupt your immune system. They can disrupt your hormones. They can do all kinds of things. And so we use natural cleaners in our house. We use natural body products wherever possible, so that we can try to minimize the amount of toxic buildup that we get inside of our bodies, because it has been linked over and over and over again to the leading to all kinds of other health issues, including cancer. So that's one thing that we definitely recommend to all of our clients, and that we practice in our family. And if you are interested in knowing more about good cleaners that are non-toxic and that are safe for your pets and for your kids, be sure to drop a comment in the whatever platform you're on. Drop a comment, drop a question, or reach out to us, and we'll be happy to make some recommendations for you and point you in the right direction. So what are some symptoms of squamous cell carcinoma, and how's it diagnosed? Well, it's a sore with a raised border that won't heal. And so anytime you see any kind of abnormality to your skin that pops up that all of a sudden, just doesn't seem right, it's always good to go have your doctor check it out. Go see a dermatologist, or at the very least, go visit your primary care provider so that they can take a look at it and make sure that it's not anything serious, such as SCC. A rough reddish scaly patch of skin, dome-shaped growth, small horn-shaped growth on the skin, a sore and an old scar. And why would that be an old scar? Because an old scar obviously is a weak point in your skin barrier. A wart-like sore, which is, like I mentioned, is what my grandma had. It just kind of looked like a wart on her arm. And after the doctor did a biopsy, it turned out to be cancerous squamous cell carcinoma. And a brown or black line under fingernail or toenail. Now, oftentimes these things will be on the most commonly sun-exposed areas, such as your face, your hands, your neck, and on your arms. These areas that are commonly exposed to the sun. However, on darker pigmented people, African Americans, Hispanics, Asians, it's oftentimes on the least melatonin filled areas of the skin, which means like on the soles of the feet or the palms of the hands. So it will be slightly different. It is much more common in those races to be for these things to come up on on the palms of the hands or the soles of the feet. So make sure that you're checking for any of these things. If you do have a darker pigmentation, that you're looking for these types of abnormalities on the bottom of your feet or the soles of your hands. So we would hate to see you miss it because you weren't looking in those people, in those races. It is oftentimes in those areas. So just keep an eye out for that as well. Any changes on the bottom of your feet, make sure that you have your dermatologist check it out. And then doctors will normally, after taking a look at it, if they're concerned, they might do a biopsy. And with this biopsy, send it off to a pathologist who will take a look at the cells and see if it is actually cancerous or not. So that's generally how it is diagnosed. If you have any of those symptoms, please do make sure that you go visit your healthcare provider so that they can make sure that it is nothing serious, or if it is, that you can get early treatment. So let's talk a little bit about holistic and natural prevention, because prevention is key for skin cancer. It is the most important thing in order to, for you. It's better to not get it. And so here's some different things that you can do to avoid or to maybe prevent yourself from getting it. Avoid peak sun hours. Those are from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is when the ultraviolet light from the sun is the highest. If you're outside, if you can, seek shade when possible. Wear hats, sunglasses, long sleeve shirts. I know long sleeve shirts when it's 100 degrees out is really, really hard to do. But if you can in any way, it is good to cover up your skin and to not allow, especially during the 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. hour, to reduce the UV rays. And then wear natural sunscreens. Now, I say natural. It's important to make sure that you, a lot of store-bought sunscreens have chemicals in them that are actually kind of toxic. So you might be blocking the sun, but your skin is super absorbent, right? So it could be absorbing some of these chemicals in, and you're building again up these toxins. So please make sure that you seek out a natural sunscreen that is void of the toxins or the unhealthy types of compounds or chemicals that could actually be causing other issues for you in the future with your health. And then get routine checkups with your dermatologist. And again, if you ever notice any kind of type of issue or sore or anything that just won't heal on your body or whatnot, please do make sure that you get checked out. All right. So diet and nutrition are, again, really important. Diet and nutrition is a great way to boost your immunity, to make sure that you're staying healthy, and to hopefully to avoid cancer. So I just thought I'd share a little bit. Here's a antioxidant rich smoothie. Antioxidants are those compounds that and nutrients that go throughout your body, and they look for oxidative stress, which leads to cancer, and they actually try to find those things and get rid of them. You're out of your body. So here's an antioxidant rich smoothie recipe for you that I just thought that maybe you would enjoy. Just blend these ingredients: a cup of spinach, a cup of mixed berries, you can be blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, a banana, a tablespoon of flax seeds, which are really, really good for you, and 1 cup of almond milk. That's a simple recipe. It is on your screen if you're watching us on TV. If you're listening to us, I just read out the ingredients for you. Blend that until smooth and enjoy, because whatever you can do to improve your nutrition and improve your diet, you then improve your immune system, and you are able to fight off any type of diseases a whole lot better. So let's talk about what some of the conventional treatment for if you are diagnosed with squamous cell carcinoma. Some of the conventional treatments that you can expect might be suggested to you by your healthcare provider. So surgery, basically they go in, they cut it out, especially hopefully it hasn't already gone too deep, and they will just cut around to make sure they get all the borders of it and get it out and probably stitch you back up. It should not be a very complicated surgery. They may also do cryosurgery, which is simply they're going to freeze the cancerous cells on the skin. Basically, they use like a liquid nitrogen, And when they freeze them, just like if you've ever been to a doctor and they've frozen like a wart or anything else on your skin, then over time, those cancer cells in the squamous cells will just fall out and be gone. This one might be used, especially if it's not very deep at all. They could use radiation to treat the spot. They could use photodynamic therapy or PDT. Basically, what that is that they put a compound on your skin to make it super sensitive to light, to photons, and then they'll use a beam on it and it'll destroy the cancer cells. Or there are two topical medications that are not really FDA approved for the treatment of squamous cell carcinoma. However, it is approved for off-brand treatment, and so you may be offered that. Again, make sure that you consult with your healthcare practitioner, and then choose the modality that the two of you agree is best for your healthcare. All righty. So we're almost done for today, but I want to talk about, it wouldn't be Natural Health TV if we didn't talk about the different integrative and alternative therapies, natural therapies as well. So here are some things to consider. Integrative medicine is where we take some natural therapies and we combine them with your conventional therapies. Again, we're not telling you to not use conventional therapies at all, but here are some options that will help to support you through your treatment for squamous cell carcinoma or any kind of cancer, really. All of these are really, really beneficial for you and will help to at least strengthen your body as you get the treatment for your cancer. So numerous studies, there's numerous studies on all these things here, but green tea extract and curcumin, vitamin D3. If you don't know about vitamin D3, I've talked about it on my social media. It is probably one of the most overlooked ways to boost your immune system, to help with bone health, to help with brain health, to help with all kinds of things. If you don't know what your vitamin D3 levels, if your doctor's not testing them, shoot us a message. I can help you to get your vitamin D levels and see if you need to be adding more vitamin D. But I can almost guarantee that you probably do, because the vast majority of people are deficient in this important vitamin, which is actually even more like a hormone than it is a vitamin. Aloe vera, glutathione. Again, glutathione is probably the master antioxidant. It's oftentimes referred to as that. And again, antioxidants are important to help to battle the damage to DNA through oxidative stress. Glutathione is really, really good. Fermented wheat germ extract is a very, very well-researched natural modality to help support you if you have cancer. Again, I'm not saying to cure you, because we don't cure or treat on the show, but it is a very, very good thing for you to do. Quercetin and a high-potency multivitamin. Again, these are great, not only support you if you're getting treatment for SCC or any kind of cancer, but they can actually be really, really good for you to help you to prevent those as well. So some alternative therapies out there: acupuncture and acupressure, massage, reflexology, meditation, yoga, traditional Chinese medicine or TCM, and sauna therapy. Sauna therapy is really great. It helps you to sweat out toxins out of your body. And of course, the less toxins you have in your body, the stronger your immune system can be. And, the more ready it can be to fight cancer cells for you. So that's been shown to have some great benefits as well. But really anything also that you can do to reduce stress. Stress is a killer, literally. Not just figuratively, but it's actually literally will stress you. It'll weaken your immune system. It'll make you more prone and susceptible to getting squamous cell carcinoma. So please, whatever you can do to reduce your stress, whether it's meditation or yoga or prayer or whatever it is that you do, please make sure that you are also doing that. So I want to just take a second here, just do a little bit of a mindfulness exercise. Work with me here. I want you to just close your eyes. You got them closed. All right. I want you to take a deep, slow breath. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. And hold that for 4 seconds. Do that again. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. And hold. Focus on your breath, letting go of tension with each exhale. Do that for 2 minutes, and then slowly open your eyes. Now, you can do this anytime. You can do it in the middle of the day. You can do it at work. You can do it at home. You can do it anytime you begin to feel the tension building up inside of your physical body, and you will benefit greatly if you just take just the time to help to relieve some of that stress. Whether you've already been diagnosed and you're going through treatment, or even if you haven't been diagnosed, this is a fantastic way to improve your health. Your mindfulness, paper after paper after paper has been published by like the National Institutes of Health and PubMed on the benefits of mindfulness practices in your overall health. And if you wanted to find out more information about skin cancer or squamous cell carcinoma, you can visit these websites here. There is a vast amount of information on there, resources for you if you've already been diagnosed, resources for you on different treatment options, resources for you in really recognizing whether or not you might have skin cancer or SCC specifically. So I hope that you found that educational today. Please make sure that you don't forget to subscribe, comment, share today's show, like it, whatever platform that you are watching it on. We do want to thank our sponsors, Aerostream TV Network. And as a matter of fact, if you are interested in having your own show that's available nationwide on the Aerostream TV network, just reach out to me. I'm happy to get you connected and help you to get your own show. And it's also brought to you by Doc Stone's Natural Medicine and Wellness, where we provide education and coaching in the areas of natural health and modalities, including functional medicine, laboratory testing, and nutritional education, that type of stuff. So be sure to, if you are interested in any of that, reach out. We can get you more information as you like. So I hope that you enjoyed today's show. I hope that it was educational. Just know that we need to be aware of our bodies, that getting a diagnosis of squamous cell carcinoma, it's not a death sentence. The survivability is very, very high. And you just need to follow recommendations to your healthcare provider and get yourself taken care of. As always, we'll be back next Thursday, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern. This show will be available on all the major video on demand and podcasting platforms the following day. So tomorrow, that will be on there for you to listen to. And please make sure that you share with people so that they can unleash their wellness. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone on the Aerostream TV network. The opinions expressed by the host and guests of this show are theirs and not the opinions of the network or our sponsors. None of the information shared on today's episode should be taken as medical advice. Statements have not been approved by the FDA or any other governmental authority. And if you're experiencing any kind of illness or wellness issue, you are encouraged to consult with your licensed healthcare practitioner. And we do appreciate you watching our show and look forward to seeing you on the next episode.